In this week's Parsha, Parshas Vayigash, Yosef reveals himself to the brothers. The musical cantillation screams out the emotion to us. Yosef was unable to contain himself. And then, when he reveals himself to the brothers, he says the Lashon, Geshu na Eli, come close to me. That Lashon, that language is in glaring contrast to when the brothers threw Yosef into the pit. It says, Vayiru oso merachok, they see him from far away. When you see someone from far away, they're blurred. And therefore, it's easy to throw someone to a pit when there's a lack of understanding. Animosity and enmity is generated from being far, being rachok. It's geshuna alai, when you're able to come close to someone, when you're able to see them for who they really are, that's when there's shalom, that's when there's peace. It says in Pirkei Avos, "Behevi dan es kol ha'adam l'kaschos." You're supposed to judge everyone favorably. And the Sfas Emes says, "Behevi dan es kol ha'adam." You're supposed to judge the entirety of the person favorably. Meaning you have to judge the person as a whole entity. You can't just judge someone when they're 18 as if you went to a book and you opened up to chapter 18 and started judging the book by that chapter. You just skipped the first 17 chapters. Behevi dan es kol ha'adam. You have to look at the entirety of the person. And that's the concept of shalom. Shalom comes from the word shalem. Shalom means peace, but shalem means whole. Peace is generated from when you see the whole picture. And when is there machlokas? When is there argument? When is there discord and enmity? When there's a chilik, when you're only focusing on a part. When you're only looking from a rechok, from far away. When you're not geshuna ilai, coming close to that individual. Stephen Covey, in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, talks about a paradigm shift that he had in a subway car. There was a father who was dozing off, and his children were very rambunctious, and they were throwing things and grabbing people's newspapers, and they're irritating people. And Stephen is getting more and more irritated. And finally, he has to say something. He goes to the father and says, your children are really disturbing everyone here. And the father, in a dazed look, looks at Stephen Covey and says, we're just coming back from the hospital. Their mother just passed away. And I don't really know how to handle the situation. And they don't really either. And in that moment, there was a paradigm shift. Stephen Covey writes how all the anger that he felt dissipated and transformed into compassion and understanding. And in fact, he even wanted to help that individual. And in this vignette, we see that true peace comes from shalem, seeing the whole picture. May we also have the eyes of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem sees us with emes, with real truth. During the Yom Narayim, we say in Slichos, Hashem Korach Machanan Erech Apayim Rav Chesed V'Emes. We say that God is a quality of truth, and that is a quality of compassion. How is that compassionate? Truth is, this person has this wrong or that wrong. Emes you'd think would be cutting and exacting. But no, emes is a midah, is a quality of a racham, of a compassion and mercy of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, because when God sees emes, He sees aleph, the beginning of your life. He sees the mem, the middle of your life. He sees the taf, the end of your life. Just like aleph is the first letter of the alphabet, is mem the middle, and taf the end, so too God sees the full gamut. He sees your full life. May we also come close to people, geshuna ilai, and be able to have that reconciliation from having an understanding of behevi dan es kol adam l'kaschos, of seeing the entirety of the individual, and from there judging favorably. Shabbat Shalom.